Hi everyone, this is Elisa with One Extraordinary Marriage, and I had an experience the other day that I wanted to share with you because it reminded me of the verse Matthew 25:40, where Jesus says, whatever you do to the least of these, you do to me. Sometimes when we hear the phrase the least of these, we don't realize when those opportunities are going to present themselves or how we're going to feel in that moment. Regular routine day where I am leaving Costco with a basket full of groceries, thinking about the next thing on my list, when this elderly woman who had parked too close to the car next to her said, "Can you help me?" And at first I thought she was talking to the woman next to her, and I just proceeded to walk on by thinking, I'm too busy, I've got to get my groceries home, I've got to pick up the kids, I've got to do all these things. And I realized that she was talking to me because she asked a second time, "Can you help me?" So I stopped, feeling a little put out, a little inconvenienced, and looked at her and said, "What can I do for you?" And she said, "I need that cart up there." And what had happened was she had parked so close that we couldn't get the cart out. And then she says, "Honey, can you just move the cart around through the rocks?" And, big Costco carts, they do not move through the rocks or anything easily in those tree planters. And so I started to get really irritated, trying not to show it to her, but I'm thinking, there's already somebody here next to you. There's somebody else that can help. Why are you asking me? And in that moment, I stopped and remembered that verse. Whatever you do to the least of these, you do to me. That means the least of these when it's not convenient, when it's not easy, when you have to be, uncomfortable. Like I'm trying to maneuver my grocery cart, I'm trying to maneuver all these other things. And so I took a breath and I just said, hold on a second. And so I maneuvered myself out of these cars that were literally like about that close to each other. And I said, "Let me go get you another cart." And I brought the cart back, and I realized that she had a cane, so I backed the cart up and brought it right to where she could hold on to it. And then I smiled at her and I said, "You know what? You have an amazing day." And she looked at me and she said, "No, honey." She goes, "You have an amazing day." And I realized in that moment that when she was asking me to help her, it was really so that she could help me, so that she could help me to have that breakthrough, so that she could help me to realize that, what am I in a hurry for? Was it going to matter to my groceries if they had to wait in the cart for an extra 2 minutes? Was it going to matter to me if I got home 2 minutes faster? We've all been in that place where we're like, "Oh, Jesus, that's so inconvenient to help somebody right now. Jesus, I don't have the time. I'm too busy. I've got all these other things that I'm supposed to be doing." And yet that's when Jesus is saying, "You know what? Right now. Right now, help this person. Right now, do that thing." Because you know what? It's not about helping them. It's about helping you. It's about creating transformation for you. And so as you go through your day-to-day, think through who those least of people are in your life. Think through those times when you feel inconvenienced, when you feel like, I don't want to do this right now. Because you'll probably have an experience just like me, that when you're feeling like, I don't want to do this, that's probably when you most need to do it. And sometimes that person that's going to feel really inconvenient to you is going to be the one that you're married to. And that's when you need to do it the most, because your marriage needs you to not feel inconvenienced, to remember that your spouse is not the least of the people that you are supposed to do things for, that they're not at the bottom of your to-do list. Your spouse, the one that you said, "I will love you forever. I will love you in sickness and in health, and for better or for worse, for richer or for poorer," all of those things means I'm not going to put you at the bottom of the list. It means I'm not going to I'm so glad to hear those. That's a good reminder for all of you. It was a good reminder for me, and that's why I felt like I needed to share it, because so often, and Tony's not here right now, so he doesn't even know I'm recording this, but there are times when our marriage can feel like an inconvenience. It can feel like, Jesus, why do you want me to do this? And that's when we need to say, you know what, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it to, get the pat on the back. I'm not doing it to get the, good job, honey. I'm doing it because Jesus asks us to. Jesus asks us to love. Jesus asks us to love when it's not easy and when it's not convenient and when we have to get uncomfortable. And so today I want to leave you with that find opportunities to love even when it's not convenient. Find opportunities to love even when your spouse is being a little prickly and you're thinking, there's so many better things that I could be doing right now, but I'm going to sit on the couch, or I'm going to give you a kiss, or I'm going to, cuddle up with you. And I promise you that when you start to change your mindset on that, you're going to see tremendous transformation happen in your marriage and happen in your relationships, and you're going to experience an extraordinary delight and extraordinary life. So have an incredible weekend. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for being a part of the One Extraordinary Marriage family. Love you guys.